My week is actually looking kind of chill, but one thing that's really exciting is we are starting to plan our full year's worth of trips. The first thing we're doing this year is dog sledding in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And today we are showing you the real reason we came out here, to do hikes like this all year round. And for dinner, we're making drunken noodles. A friend is gonna take us to eat African food for the first time. So hello and welcome back to another vlog. It is a Sunday and we are getting started with our week on the right foot with a little hike out in Boulder County, Colorado. If you're new here, I'm Victoria. I'm 30 years old. I just moved out to Colorado a year and a half ago with my husband and my dog Zeke from the East Coast for no other reason than adventure. And today we are showing you the real reason we came out here, to do hikes like this all year round. So a couple of essentials before we go out there. It is going to be probably 35 degrees-ish in the mountains, so we have lots of layers, but it is common to hike out in Boulder County in this time of year, and it's also really fun because there's no one there. I shouldn't be telling you this. Okay, so here's my layers. I have my Carhartt hoodie. I have this Columbia jacket, which has really nice insulation. It's actually a jacket from the inside of another bigger coat with a shell. I have this fleece, zip-up fleece. Then I have an Under Armour base layer. On the bottom, I have Bayleaf hiking pants. Under here, I have wool REI base layer. What do you have?
I have the same thing.
My husband just walked by with his layers. We're just layering up, and the last thing we have to get are our spikes. I would I would absolutely recommend spikes for hiking anywhere west of Denver this time of year, or you will be falling on your butt the entire time. So spikes are essential. Let's go see how many miles we can get in with my dog and Luke.
I was right out here.
Okay, we're on our way. Where are we? What is it called? Royal Arch.
Trailhead or something.
Royal Arch Trailhead. If you want to find it on all trails and you're in the area. This hike is a good one for like this time of day because you can tell from where the light is. It's like almost 3 o'clock already. So we're getting a little bit of a late start, but at least we're getting out there in the outdoors. And that's all that matters. That's what we're here to do. So it's about 2.7 miles and we've done it before, so we know the difficulty and we know that it is challenging, but that we can do it in the allotted time before it gets dark. And then Zeke also has, come here, he also has this light up collar. Let's see if I can show it. Yeah, see? So that in case it gets dark quickly on us and he's off leash, we can use that, which is great. And then Luke has a bright jacket, which is really nice because I do not. So just in case we are stragglers in the wild, this is good for that.
Yep.
He said, yep. All right, see you out there. Talking to myself most. Are you guys stay quiet? the next day. The last thing you saw was us get to the arch of that Royal Arch Trail. I will leave the link to the all trails for that particular hike in Boulder down below. I will say, if it's your first hike of the season, which it probably is because it's the middle of the winter right now, it was for me. I would not recommend it as your first hike. And that's just for a couple of reasons. One, it was 1,000 feet plus in elevation gain and only 2 miles. And that really just meant that it was a lot of stairs. It was stairs the entire way up and also scaling rocks. Like, I would say it was very technical. It was a very technical hike. And I am someone who has like a really bad ankle that I'm still like trying to deal with on the back end of recovery. I've been recovered for this like ankle injury for a year, but like I still just I'm struggling with this ankle. So it was just a really hard hike for that reason. And then coming down really hard on your joints because you're like stepping down steps. Like it's almost like Stairmaster going down. So anyway, that hike was really hard. And right now we're really struggling. Luke and I are really struggling because in the winter, we feel like our dog is so much worse on a leash, and we've been trying to like put these new leash training kind of things in place with him. He's already 5, and we have done so much training, like so much dog training, and we've corrected everything, gotten everything like perfect with him in regards to like house manners, and like he's always had amazing reports staying with any rover or anything. Like he's a really, really good dog with the exception of like leash reactivity, and like it's getting so much worse in the winter. So we are really struggling with that. We're using, and honestly, like I want to say like give me your recommendations, but I'm also like hesitant to even do that because when I hear the recommendations, it's like, no duh, I've tried that. I've done that a million times over. And we put a lot of work into our dog to give him the best life possible. We do walk him at least 4 miles a day. He gets off leash time. He has incredible recall. He's honestly great off the leash. Like he is not an issue off the leash. He is an issue on the leash. And unfortunately, we live in an area where there are lots of leash laws. So, you know, as responsible dog owners, we have to have good leash etiquette, and he just does not have it. And we've tried everything. We've tried distraction, separation from the stimulus. We've done the watch me. We've done trying to confuse him so that he knows like all good things come from here down to you on the leash. We had him on a prong for many years, and now we're trying a harness. The harness seems to be giving us like worse reactivity than the prong, but he's also having some acid reflux issues. So we're trying not to put like pressure on his throat. There's just so much with him, and I feel like that's been the biggest struggle of the winter because we want to be able to bring him hiking because he's a border collie. He needs the exercise, but it's just really hard to be so embarrassed all the time when he like loses it and like is super reactive when he's like the nicest dog and would not hurt a fly. I mean, literally he's a neutral at any dog park. Like he won't even play with dogs, but he's like yelping on the leash to get to them when we're on a hike. So I guess I will say, if anyone has recommendations for like even just like reactive dog training specifically for leash manners, like specific to like really hard cases in the Colorado, Denver area, that would be amazing. Anyway, my week is actually looking kind of chill. But one thing that's really exciting is we are starting to plan our full year's worth of trips. If you know anything about, or if you follow me over on TikTok, you'll know that a lot of my content is trying to travel as much as I can while I'm this young and don't have kids and explore different bucket list experiences. The first thing we're doing this year is dog sledding in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. When are we doing that? In a week and a half from now, and I am so excited for this experience. It's very mom and pop. It's dog sledding on a actual sleigh with Iditarod professional dog mushers, or I should say dog racers and their musher. And we're so excited. We're staying at like a small little like cabin resort. We are bringing our dog, but he'll stay in the hotel for the day, and then we'll hang out with him at night and take him out and all that good stuff. But I'm really excited for that. I'm gonna try my best to vlog a lot of it. They actually said to bring cameras and things. Like they know people are gonna want to bring, you know, video cameras and their phones and everything to like capture the experience. So I am like hoping that will be really interesting content because that is what I'm all about. And then after that, we are going to Crested Butte to ski for the first time since Christmas. So that will be amazing. I'm hoping to get a bunch of like fun, snowy ski content from there. And then in March, we are going to Buena Vista, Colorado with my husband's siblings for his 30th birthday. So those are the first 3 trips. Other trips that I'm planning are London in May and potentially a Christmas market cruise. It's a river cruise with one of my favorite travel influencers. Her name's Helen. I can link her. I don't know if she has a YouTube, but I am waiting for that to open because I think I'm really convinced that we need to do that this year. It's a pretty big trip. It's a big cost. It's like 6 days, but it's all paid inclusive. And Helen and her husband just launched these river cruises last year. So they have a year under their belt and they are just the experts in traveling in Europe to all these Christmas markets. So they know what they're doing. It's all inclusive. We get like an excursion each day. That would be just incredible. And I feel like that will round out the year with trips. I'm sure there are other ones I'm forgetting. I think I have like a 30th birthday for my friend in San Francisco, so California content will be in there, but lots of Colorado and traveling in Colorado, and then other, hopefully 2 out of the country trips for me. So that is what I'm currently sitting here planning on a Monday in January. This week, I don't have a whole ton going on, but I'll try to take you along for just a regular week working a remote 9 to 5 in Colorado. Tonight I have cycling at my cycling studio, and our January goal is to hit 3 to 4 classes a week because I am working on a 100 ride challenge that will end in June to get me to about 250 rides, just shy of 250 rides total. So that's really cool. I'm super into spin. If you don't know, go follow me on TikTok. You'll learn more. And what else this week? Oh, on Friday, I'm going to a queer country night at this place called Town Hall Collaborative. That should be really cool. That might be in next week's vlog, though. Other than that, it's kind of business as usual here. So come along with me as I show you the rest of my week in my life, living in Colorado and working a remote 9 to 5 job, trying to capture all of the adventures we do in between.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. Hello, Ramona. I mistook you for a dream. The engine glows, and I guess you always seem to know. Hello, Ramona. I push back the serious feeling. The end's unknown. To get back the life I used to know. I stand alone. Show me where the ending.
We have a sick puppuccino, so I had to come downstairs. This happens about once a month. We have an acid reflux flare up. He's gulpy and he wants to eat stuff to soothe him, and it's like right in his throat. It's like his esophagus doesn't work, or his sphincter muscle doesn't work. If anybody knows anything about this, specifically acid reflux in dogs, again, what happens once a month, let me know, because our whole day and evening probably will be derailed because he needs to be comforted. He can't be left unattended. It will be an all-night affair. Anyway, let's try to get the rest of the workday done, mister. Okay? Okay, I'm currently filming in my car with very little daylight left. If you saw that last clip, basically my dog has had acid reflux really bad his whole life, which is kind of niche for dogs. And so we're trying to figure that out, and it's been a long, long road, and we've had so many other training things with him. We've had him for like 4.5 years, and he's the greatest dog in the world, but he is such, like, none of his problems are problems that regular dogs have, or they're more niche problems. So we got on the phone with the vet, and we went back and forth. Anyway, we're on to a new plan B, or I should say plan Z, because I'm hoping this is the last thing and it works. At any rate, it is now 5 o'clock. The sun is setting, so I have been sitting here in my car outside of my house trying to film some content for TikTok, because we're all just giving it our last effort before TikTok gets banned, which is looking very likely. I was just creating a video asking for people to come over here and follow me here. I would love for long form content to be like what's in again in 2025, because I have been an avid YouTube consumer forever, and I feel like everyone is now getting on the YouTube bandwagon. I've been on this bandwagon. I'm here for it. So at any rate, lots going on in my household today, between extracurricular hobbies, my dog being sick, weird stuff going on at work, just a weird day. So I'm going to try to get back on track with regularly scheduled programming, which is a cycling class that I have in 30 minutes. So let's go get to that. I think I mentioned already, but I'm doing a 100 ride challenge. So I'm trying to amp up the rides this week. I think I have 4 on the books between Monday and Wednesday. So let's get to it. Back from class. And for dinner, we're making drunken noodles. Isn't that right? It's called drunken noodles. It's Thai drunken noodles. It's a Thai, like, at-home recipe. It is called Thai drunken noodles. Pad Ki Mao. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that right. And I can leave this. This is one of my staples. How long have I been making it? Probably since 2021.
2 years, maybe.
2 years. 2 years. It's a weekly staple. I'll leave the link in the comments. Sorry. I'll leave the link in the description box. And it takes... Don't forget to like and subscribe. He's getting the hang of this. If you don't have everything they want you to have, all you really need to have is these rice noodles. Here, I'll get them. These are the kind I get. They are Thai Kitchen brown rice noodles. You can also get white. I think the recipe calls for brown. And chicken. And then you can add whatever. It calls for like a specific pepper. You can add jalapeno. You can add red pepper. I think tonight we're going to add just red pepper. It calls for like basil, fresh basil, like things you wouldn't normally have on hand. So I just add different stuff in. And then you just have to have fish sauce, soy sauce, and oyster sauce. So we're going to get cooking on that. Like, you just put it on. I'm going to have to text the group back and like just go to the grocery store.
Yeah, and you didn't get chicken?
Well,
You didn't get it?
because I don't have a trigger or anything. Hello, it is the next day. Happy Thursday. This week has been kind of, to be honest, a very normal week. This is like a traditional week in my life, a little bit of everything, but a lot of cycling always, and a lot of gym content, just training up for some of the things that I'm looking to do come summer and spring, which is a lot of hiking. You saw we hiked in the beginning of this vlog, and we try to get out there a bunch in the winter. Last winter we had ski passes, so that was what we were doing all winter, and this winter we don't ski again until February. So today I'm actually really excited because Denver is as unpredictable as it is with the temperature. It's going to be a high of 57 today. So our friends have invited us to play pickleball, and we were super into this last spring and summer, and kind of got the hype and the bug for playing pickleball. So we are going to go play at a local court halfway between us and see how good we've gotten, or I guess bad we've become since the last time we played. So I'll get a little bit of that, and then our friend is going to take us to eat African food for the first time. So I will try to share a little bit of our food, what we choose, and yeah, hopefully I'll get a little bit of content for TikTok on that too, just to see if I can recommend the restaurant or not. One thing about me is my parents will tell you that I was like the pickiest eater as a kid, and I don't know if that was like normal kid stuff or if it was I was really sensitive. I would say I was like probably on the spectrum of pickier than normal kids eating patterns. I did not like a lot of food, and I struggled to find textures that were like suitable for me to feel comfortable like eating. This all just goes to say, like, now I pride myself on wanting to try new things and having like a really a much larger palate for food, and I think I push myself outside of my comfort zone because as I continue to travel, especially outside of the US, I like to know that I can open my mind to another culture's food. That's really important to me, even when it might start out a little uncomfortable, or I don't know, I used to even feel like if there were things cooked and I didn't know what was in them, it would bother me, or I couldn't know what was in them because if I did know, that would bother me. And I always joke with my friends now, they know that like everything I eat has to have good mouthfeel. I always talk about like good mouthfeel. So at any rate, I looked it up, and it looks like African food is a lot of your traditional like rice and vegetables and meats, but it's probably just like prepared differently. I tried Indian for the first time a couple months ago, and I was really pleasantly surprised. Loved it. Thought it was great. I just feel like every genre of food is like your basic fresh foods, but with like a different take depending on like spices and condiments and things like that. So we'll see how this goes, and I will also say there's a lot of controversy surrounding the food scene in Denver because being from the East Coast, the food scene out here, to me personally, is abysmal. Like, the food sucks out here, but with all of this trying new like genres of food, I'm hoping to find more hole-in-the-wall places that do have some really great like food for that culture. I would say all the like American fare, traditional like Italian and stuff like that is just horrible. You could blame that on the altitude or whatever you want, but it just feels like, I mean, having lived in Brooklyn and New Jersey and all these places on the East Coast, there's just such a variety of food and cultures and people of all sort of walks of life. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit whitewashed out here in Denver. And so, yeah, it's fun to be able to try different cultures' food when I have a chance. I'm really excited because this weekend it's supposed to be 9 degrees, but I am going to bake a bunch and try to go to a couple of new places that I've never been with some friends. And then that will dovetail into next week, which is officially the week that I go to Wyoming to dog sled. But regardless, if you've stayed this long, please, please, please subscribe. I'd love to have you here, and I would love to meet more YouTubers in the small content creator space. And if you have any suggestions for things that you'd like to see or hear about regarding living in Denver or making the move across the country, anything like that, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you have made it this far, drop me a comment, engage. I'm happy to engage back with you and learn more about what you do on your platform and your channel. So with that being said, we're gonna get to pickleball and African food, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye guys.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know. For all in this,
How
I
did you
stand
feel
alone.
about that game?
felt really good about
Show
that
me
game.
where the ending goes.
We're gonna go get dinner now.
Honestly, don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly, don't. I should be the last to